Well, it was Easter, and this week's adventure saw me take the long journey home to the Midlands and visit family and take photos, of course. Long-time viewers would know I did this over Christmas as well with the Mamiya 7, and no differently here, I will be taking the Mamiya 7 and the Pentax ME with me. I had packed a big bag of film, some expired, some colour, some black and white, but you already know it, I'm only going to shoot black and white film in this video. Travelling there was a journey, as always, taking the train, but once I got there I didn't do much the first night, probably just rested. But of course, early Tuesday morning, I loaded my camera up and got ready for some scenic views around my local village. I'd be shooting Tri-X 400 for my first roll and I headed out to my first composition. There's this kind of abandoned train in this field with some beautiful pylons in the background, so I thought it would make a lovely frame on film, and you know, it didn't come out half bad. Definitely a good start to the video for once. The next few images I headed to this local park where there was this empty cornfield, and I think I got some pretty good images there. I really like this frame, the gentle lighting, the soft focus, you know, it really encaptures the image really nicely. I didn't film too much of the rest of the roll as I was feeling kind of shitty, but the rest of the images were kind of basic and boring anyway. But you know, some pretty okay results for the first roll of the video. Normally I've made several mistakes by now, that's foreshadowing. After finishing my first roll of Tri-X 400, I loaded another roll of, you guessed it, Tri-X 400. But this time with the intention to push it to ISO 800, so just one stop. Now I'm going to jump ahead and say, you've probably noticed these images are a little bit grainy. Well, it's completely my fault. I made a really rookie error here. I didn't notice the Mamiya 7 was set to a +2 exposure compensation, meaning all of my images so far had been pushed 2 stops. So the first roll that I shot box speed was technically ISO 1600, and the second roll that I pushed 1 stop was now pushed 3 stops to ISO 3200. To be fair, most of the images came up pretty good, so you're not going to notice any differences. I headed down the local canal in Leicester, capturing a few photos of things that intrigued me. Something about a basic composition like this just really stands out to me, and I really love the detail in neglected benches like this. None of these shots are certified matchy bangers, but I'm still kind of pleased and happy with how the images came out, considering they were pushed 3 stops. With 4 frames left in the camera, I waited until the next morning to take some more images. I headed back out into my local village and got this, which is kind of shit, but I really like it. The lighting's cool, the kind of boxy framing, I don't know, is it just like underexposed or does it look cool? I headed up to the local church where I got these 2 images that I thought were also really good. And while I was about my village, I thought I'd head to the antique store there. While in there, I saw this really cool camera called the Palmer Special, I'm pretty sure. Pretty much the cool gimmick about this camera is that its shutter is controlled by gravity. I think it's from like the early 1930s where they didn't really have fast shutter speed controls, so they used gravity and holding the camera in different directions to take quicker images. And it's just such a really cool, interesting concept for a camera. I didn't end up buying it because it was a little overpriced in my opinion at the antique store, but I did end up buying an ELO vinyl for out of the blue. Anyway, back to taking images, I guess. I've specifically called this video a week in the Midlands because I didn't just stay in Leicester. I went all the way from East Midlands to West Midlands. And by that I mean from Leicester to Birmingham. Long-time English people would know Birmingham's a bit of a shithole, but I kind of love it there. I've got a very nice nostalgia for it. A good chunk of my family lives there as well, so I'd be seeing them, not just taking images, I guess. For this, I'd be shooting some HP5 pushed 1 stop to ISO 800. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't do much filming while I was in Birmingham. I was spending time with my family, but some of the images came out okay-ish. This is one of the times where 35mm just kind of missed for me. You know, I have a very love-hate relationship with 35mm, and this was definitely a bit of a hating one. It's fair to say there weren't any certified match-shoot bangers in this roll. I left Birmingham the following morning, heading back to Leicester to take some more shitty images. Not gonna lie, the rest of this day I did nothing. I spent most of it watching Grainy Day's new video and working on logo designs for a blog I've recently launched. If you want to check that out, link in the description, along with my Instagram as well. The next morning it looked kind of miserable as it had started raining, so I felt kind of gloomy myself. I was going out with my dad anyway, just to the supermarket, so I thought there's no reason to bring my camera with me. Lo and fucking behold, 3 minutes later, the sun is out, it's beautiful, it's bright. Why didn't I have a fucking camera? Pissed at how perfect of an opportunity this would have been to take images, I went home and loaded a roll in my camera and then headed down the canal for some more images. And this time, I'd be focusing on pylons. It's not a MatTube Midlands video if I don't take images of pylons.
Sorry.
Now, I'm going to be straight up honest, these images are kind of fucking mid. And I'll get to why later on in the video, I can't tell you just yet, but I'm not happy with how any of these turned out. Some of them are definitely okay, I guess, but overall, just kind of disappointed. Especially this one. Oh my god, not gonna lie, I have no idea what I was trying to think when composing this image, like what was I trying to focus on? My last full day in Leicester was another beautiful one, so me and my dad headed to Croft Hill Quarry, which is somewhere I've never been before. For this, I brought 2 rolls of film with me, HP5 and Lomo 100 Earl Grey. Starting with the roll of HP5, I also brought the additional lens with the Mamiya 7 that I got out. And you know what? I actually got some really nice images. And I love this one of my dad overlooking the quarry. The focus is a bit shit, but I don't mind. After finishing my roll of HP5, I loaded up the lomography Earl Grey. This is an ISO 100 black and white film, and it's something I've never shot before, so I don't really know what my opinions were going to be on it. And looking back at the results, they're definitely quite contrasty, but I don't really mind it. I don't think many of the shots from this final roll on lomography were amazing, but they definitely weren't bad. And I'd definitely say overall Croft Hill is an amazing place and I'd really want to visit it again. And I'd definitely say it was a good place to wrap up my time in the Midlands. Overall, this video has been really stressful to make. I have definitely been procrastinating making this video for over a month now, which is a real shame because I feel like there's a lot of good images in this set, but a lot of bad ones as well. Going back to the one roll I shot earlier of the pylons that I said I'd talk about later, yeah, I fucking lied to you guys. I shot a roll of colour film. Holy fucking shit. I loaded up a roll of Ectar 100 when I shot these, and I'm gonna be honest, the results were just fucking disgusting. The colours in this just look like digital, I'm gonna be honest. Which is a real shame because when I last shot Ectar 100, I really liked the vivid results. Also, I just clearly had exposure issues, all the clouds seem really blown out, I don't even know how I managed that. But I'm just really quite disappointed with the results. It feels really silly of me to go out and actually shoot a roll of colour for once and hate it. These videos, which are kind of longer for me, are always a bit of a roller coaster. I make mistakes, I normally hate half the images I make, but they're really fun making. So if you definitely did like this video and you've stuck around and watched it, please show a little support, like, potentially subscribe. It really means a lot, especially on longer videos like this where I spent a whole week taking lots of images. I think I shot 5 or 6 rolls of medium format film in this. If you want to see some more videos, I'm uploading weekly at the moment, so definitely check that out. Thanks for watching, and Matt out. Wow.